Is there finally hope for Star Trek fans?
What?
Both Star Trek Discovery and its animated series Lower Decks were canceled in 2024, but not just from broadcast, but from the canon itself. I'm Jasper Gonzo on this, and as a Star Trek fan, it's about in time.
Yes! Yes!
And it's what's next. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Jasper Gonzo, what's next? Your daily dose, common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Thursday. Of course, it is the post-Christmas edition. I don't do many stories like this only because I delve so heavily into politics, but sadly, politics is ingrained in everything like a cancer. And the only way to get rid of a cancer is you need to cut it out. But there's hope. For those in science fiction fans, you got Star Wars fans, you got Star Trek fans. When it comes to Star Trek fans, they have been, crept upon, shit upon, especially in the last 3, 4, 5 years, from everything from Woke Picard up until the final season, of course, which made up for it. And then, of course, you have shows like Star Trek Discovery, STDs for short, because watching this made you felt like you were getting an STD. But it was canceled in 24, along with the animated series Lower Decks, but not just from the broadcast, not just from you watching it, but from the Star Trek universe itself, canon. It's been removed. Oh, I love it. And here we go. This comes from the Post Millennial. 2 woke Star Trek series canceled in 2024, Star Trek Discovery officially removed from canon. The series finale of Star Trek Lower Decks delivered its series finale last week, and in doing so addressed one of the most controversial issues in Star Trek franchise. The issue in question revolves around Star Trek Discovery, which has now been officially removed from the prime time canon. Yes, from the prime timeline canon, No more will it be referred to in the Star Trek universe, much to the relief of many, many, many fans who are sick of the wokeness in the storied franchise. Discovery was infamous among Star Trek fandom for altering the appearance of Klingons, injecting identity politics into the universe. Giant Freaking Robot reports in the show's finale, the group of Klingon ships encountered a phenomenon that transformed things into alternate reality versions of themselves. When a Klingon ship hits one of those transformation rays, it transforms into a big, ugly Discovery-style Klingon ship. The one of the crew members transforms into Discovery-style Klingon. This couldn't have happened in those weird Discovery Klingons that have existed in the prime Star Trek timeline. It means that Discovery and its Klingons, just like J.J. Abrams and Star Trek movies, happen to be an alternate universe, one that has nothing to do with the rest of Star Trek. Fans across the internet rejoiced at the revelation. One critical drinker. Fans can kiss Star Trek Discovery goodbye not only from the series has been canceled, but it's learned from the show has been officially erased from canon. Star Trek Discovery is erased from canon. When you order the real beer, they give you Bud Light. Nice. Cosmic Book News. Paramount uses Lower Decks to officially erase Star Trek Discovery from canon. Stuntman Mike. Seeing Star Trek Discovery being erased from the mainline Star Trek canon is such a flex, and I'm so glad Star Trek Lower Decks had the guts to do that. Thank you. One Star Trek enthusiast has put it this way. Thanks to the finale of Lower Decks, we can now safely conclude that because of Kurtzman's obsession with having his all-new Trek projects being integrated into each other via references and distinctive visual styles, that not only STD is no longer prime legacy timeline canon, but neither is Picard or S&W. New Trekkers can squeal as much as they like. It's not different universes, it's just about different points in time. Not afraid not, chumps. When you dive into the realm of alternate universes, strict rules of timelines no longer apply. It's all down to variables, and anything different from the established norm is not canon. It's its own holy thing and separate, which frankly any of us Trekkies ever wanted. Not really any of us want it in the first place. People can say whatever shit they like about the Enterprise, but at least the show's intelligently rectified inconsistencies, in the lore and fixed them. New Trek made no such attempts. Fans of that site, that Park Place, put it thusly. Star Trek Discovery debuted with high expectations, but over its run, it faced significant backlash from segments of the fanbase. Criticism ranged from drastic changes of its portrayal of iconic species, such as Klingons, to deviations from established timelines and character arcs. The early seasons set the series in the past, but inconsistencies soon emerged, leading to widespread dissatisfaction. Explained further, there's a rift surrounded by the Schrödinger possibility field that remaps matter into alternate realities. Now we're getting really Trekkie nerdy here. Versions from the multiverse. This event transformed from the main timeline canon's Klingon, into those seen in Discovery. Clear delineation between the two universes. Consequently, while Lower Decks remains canon and part of the Prime timeline, my bad, I thought they got canceled as well. Oops. Discovery is relegated to an alternate reality, mitigating its previous inconsistencies. In 22, Stacey Abrams used a cameo in Discovery to solicit donations for her gubernatorial campaign. Of course, it failed miserably, and she fell flat on her face. Both Lower Decks and Discovery were canceled in 24, with the LD finally airing in December 19th, providing a final Christmas present for disaffected fans. My thoughts. When I said in my intro that I am a fan of Star Trek, I am. I am a casual fan. Growing up with the series, and then of course the films, and of course I love the films. I did. The first Star Trek motion picture, yeah, not too hot, but of course 2, 3, and 4 were excellent. And then came, the TNG. The TNG. With Picard and the crew, and of course that spun off in its own movie franchise. But with this, from what I read and from the some of the scenes that I've seen, and I even caught an episode or two, was not a huge fan. It set off the wrong tones right from the beginning, and then hearing all the tremendous backlash from STD, and that fit quite well. And if you want to catch anything in regards to that, you can catch The Critical Drinker and of course Neurotic, who have just wrecked that series in multiple videos. It left a bad taste in Star Trek fans' mouth. And how fitting that you had Lower Decks, the animated series, the cartoon series, which of course has no filter of its own, spell the demise of Discovery. I loved it. That was absolutely, again, that was masterpiece, masterful. But at the end of the day, it's one thing that you erase it, you cancel it from broadcast. We're done after 5 years. We're done. But then to erase it from canon itself, to say, yeah, you know what, we're not going to reference this in the Prime Star Trek timeline anymore. We're not just going to do it. But it kind of sucks. And Picard got caught up in this. But is Picard not recognized as well? Even though, granted, the first 2 seasons of Picard were trash, the 3rd season, when they brought all the crew back together again and they tied up a lot of loose ends, and it was a heck of a 3rd season and its final season. So that's a saving grace for that. But couldn't have happened to a more shittier show than STD. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. When you see more like this, please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys know it's a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you next time. Peace.